Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Zer, his location, his random rolls, and my recommendations for July 23rd, 2021. You can find him in his regular spot on Nessus. Just head over to the Watcher's Grave, make your way on top of this big old tree right here. You can find the Zer right there. This is a high overview of what his inventory looks like in case this is all you wanted. First up today, we have the Huckleberry. It's actually quite a fun SMG with a lot of very fun perks on it. However, it is close to a base game weapon, so it's not super unique. If you've never heard of it, it increases the rate of fire and recoil while you hold down the trigger, and kills with this weapon reload a portion of the magazine. And also should note is that the catalyst makes it so it reloads a larger portion of the magazine, almost maximum. And on top of that, it also has Rampage, so you increase your damage as you get kills, you increase your fire rate as you keep firing, and you keep getting magazine ammo back to the magazine as you get killed. Now in medium level and down, this thing is an absolute destruction hound, because the biggest issue with SMGs is that you have to reload a lot, and this kind of doesn't need to do that as much. However, when you do need to reload, as in the one of the worst reloads in the game, it is very poor at reloading. And of course in the higher level play, not only can you not get that close to an enemy, you also you're probably not going to be getting that many kills against enemies before reloading. So overall, a very fun weapon, but not really that great past maybe Legend Nightfall. For the Hunter exotic today, we have the Liar's Handshake. This is going to be the melee-based exotic for the Hunters. Basically, anytime you're using your arc melee ability or being struck by a melee attack, it allows you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counterpunch that also heals you. Kind of insurmountable Skullford style, but it doesn't give you your melee energy back, but sometimes it does. I've actually noticed that it actually still has that arc effect on it, and it will still heal you, and it will still count for ability kills, so it's a bit of a weird one. Definitely a very good exotic for melee stuff, but obviously melee is dangerous in the high level. And in PvP, the counterpunch thing's not really going to happen that often, because usually by the time someone punches you, you're dead. As far as the roll goes, it's excellent. This is probably the best roll that you can get from something like this. High recovery, high strength. You would probably want a little bit more mobility, but you could compensate with some other stuff, and the total stats of 65 is just nice. Moving on to the Titan exotic today, we have the MK44 stand asides. Not really my favorite exotic. I find that there are so many other exotics that are just better than this. This is one of those universal ones that can work with everything, but again, there's just some exotics that work better in every circumstance. First of all, you get an overshield while you're sprinting at full sprint and full health with any of these shoulder charges. This is important here. You have to be full health, and you have to be at the full shoulder charge sprint speed. And then the overshield maybe gives you an extra like 80 health. And hits with the abilities recharge 50% of your melee energy. Kind of like Insurmountable Skullfort, but a little bit worse, and then obviously universal. But again, I just don't know when I'd want to use this, because I have literally a choice for every single different subclass type. As far as the roll goes, you like to see a lot of strength, mobility, and I guess recovery. It's not bad. Total stats is also not bad, but again, I don't know when I would want to use it. Ooh, that looks nice. Moving on to the Warlock exotic today, we have the Karnstein Armlets. One of the better exotics in the game. I believe I put this in my top 10 for Warlock exotics, specifically for PvP, but you can use it in middling to maybe a little high PvE as well. If you've never heard of it, melee kills instantly restore around 50% of your health and shields, and continue to restore health afterwards for a short period of time. Now this also includes health and shields, and it's around 8 seconds long, and it's a Rift level speed, which obviously is very, very good. And this also works with ranged melee. So if you're in a battle against 2 or 3 enemies in front of you, you got Celestial Fire, for example, you can start mowing people down with these melees, getting chunks of your health back, and then also healing continuously through a lot of their bullets. This definitely is a game changer and really helps in a lot of battles. However, the roll is not the best. Now, I will say that recovery and intellect is always nice to have. However, I would like to see more strength on it. Mobility low is nice to have, especially on a Warlock with Icarus Dash, but the total stats 59, you could do a lot better. And of course, make sure to pick up your exotic cipher quest. If you've forgotten about it, you get free exotic ciphers for the archive or the exotic engram. I personally love picking up this exotic engram because it gives you high stat rolls, and oh, I saw chest piece, I thought it was Hellfire, and it will guarantee you with a high stat roll. No matter what, it's going to be a very high stat roll, well, higher than average that is, but not higher than what I got. And of course, make sure you come check out my live streams at twitch.tv/Dychronic, link in the description down below. Oftentimes doing open lobbies, Vaults of Glass, doing the seasonal stuff, the solstice grinds, blah blah blah. You know how to do. Link in the description down below, all the times on screen. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Medi Voodoo, Mom Dad, Dr. Strange, Joe Smith, Monday, Steve Bachman, Raymond Shoney, Panther, and Casey Reagan for their support on Patreon. And I'll see you guys on the next one.